Here's an interesting problem. We're asked to find which one is greater. Is it 3 to the power radical 2 or 2 to the power radical 3? So I want to approach this in a non-numerical method. So I will say that I want to find the ratio of 3 to the power radical 2 divided by 2 to the power radical 3. So if this ratio is greater than 1, this means that 3 to the power radical 2 in the numerator is the larger number. Otherwise, if it's less than 1, then the denominator is the larger number. Let's try to do this. I can see here something in common between 3 and 2. We all know that 3 multiplied by 2 is equal to 6. So the square root of 3 multiplied by the square root of 2 is equal to the square root of 6. What I will do here is I want to raise the ratio to the radical 6. Okay, now radical 6 is greater than 1, which means that raising the ratio to the radical 6 will not change the result. If the ratio is greater than 1 indeed, then raising this ratio to the radical 6 will stay greater than 1. If it's smaller than 1, then raising it to the radical 6 will keep the ratio less than 1. This will equal to 3 to the power radical 2 to the power radical 6, and the same goes below, 2 to the power radical 3 to the power radical 6. And we know that a to the power m, one of the laws of exponents, all to the power n is equal to a to the power m multiplied by n. Applying this to both the numerator and the denominator, we will have 3 to the power radical 2 multiplied by radical 6 below 2 to the power radical 3 multiplied by radical 6. Radical a multiplied by radical b is equal to radical ab. So here we will have 3 in the numerator to the power radical 2 times 6, and the same goes below. 3 to the power radical 2 times 6 is 3 to the power radical 2 times 6 is 2 times 3. Notice this one is 2 squared. Let's take a look what we will get below. 3 multiplied by 6, which is again 3 times 2. Here we have 3 multiplied by 3, which is 3 squared. Let's write it as 3 to the power radical 2 squared multiplied by 3, and below it's 2 to the power 3 squared multiplied by 2. Now we can take 2 outside the radical. Below it's 2 to the power 3 radical 2. Again, we will use this formula here, this time in reverse. We have a to the power mn, which is equal to a to the power m all to the power n. Let's apply it. This will be equal to 3 to the power 2 to the power radical 3 divided by 2 to the power 3 all to the radical 2. 3 to the power 2 is 9, and to the power radical 3. 2 to the power 3 is 8, which is raised to the radical 2. Now notice here, 9 greater than 8, and the exponent of 9, which is radical 3, is greater than the exponent of 8, which is radical 2, which means that this value is greater than 1. This means that the ratio is greater than 1. The main ratio we started with is greater than 1. So 3 to the radical 2 is greater than 2 to the radical 3.